Spring is in the air and summer is just around the corner. Is your air conditioning working as efficiently as it could be?
Good morning, my name is Ron Morris. This is Moving Forward TV, your real estate and mortgage update.
And I'm Delynn Gaston. Thanks for joining us today. We are pleased to introduce you to one of our newest sponsors of Moving Forward TV, Gil McWilliams from McWilliams & Son Air Conditioning. And before we start, Gil, if you can just tell us a little bit about you.
Hi, I'm Gil McWilliams' son. We're a family-owned and operated business. Been around here for like 30 years. Service near Pasco County and Hernando areas.
You look young for being around for 30 years.
Been doing it all my life.
Okay, our first question is basically for everybody out there, because whether you're a realtor or a buyer or seller, we all live in Florida, we all have air conditioning in our homes. So the first question, Gil, is going to be, what are some of the basic tips maybe that we can do to make our air conditioning system run more efficiently?
Well, the first thing I like to say is, the first tip I always tell people is about the filter. Sometimes people can buy too good of a filter, which will restrict airflow, and airflow is a big part of your AC running too long. And with having a better filter, it actually cavitates the air, so it will run longer, harder, and let your bills cost will go up.
So spend less on a filter is what you're saying.
Sometimes, depends on how many returns you have in your house. The other thing is, make sure every time your filter is dirty, you clean it. One good way is every time you get an electric bill and you see the outrageous bill, change your filter. I mean, that's pretty much common sense on that one. But even myself, I'm guilty of it. So another thing is, when we go outside, make sure you have a drain pipe. Make sure the drain is dripping outside, so you know you're not going to have water back up. If in case your unit is an old house, you have a float switch in there as a safety. Another thing is, make sure there's not a lot of grass where the long guy can actually hit the unit or cut the wires or something like that, because we've all seen people with those problems. Another big thing I found with a lot of the building down here in Florida is they always seem to have the dryer vent right by the unit, which causes heat to blow in during the summer when you're doing laundry, and also lint. And that is a compressor killer all day long. Yeah. All the new houses, I see it all the time. So that's one key thing to check. So
what can they do if the dryer vent is right there next to the unit? Obviously, you can't
Right. A lot of times we'll go to the house, we'll install the unit, we'll move the unit away from the dryer vent and try to block it up. Or if we can't move the unit because of certain reasons where it's located at, we'll actually put an elbow and run a pipe down and run the vent pipe away from the unit.
Now I've got to go home and look and see where my dryer is venting outside. That's a great, excellent tip. And you also said about grass clippings and things like that. Should people clean that out, like tree, leaves and stuff like that?
Yeah, I see a lot of grass going up there where they'll actually go with a weed whacker. Mm-hmm. If you don't have it on a big concrete slab, you might want to make sure you put gravel rock around it so no grass grows around it. So the long guy will never go there. And also, don't use it for stacking stuff on or putting trash cans by, because they have to breathe, because you got to remove heat, and Florida's a very hot state.
Okay. Now the other thing is, and I have one of those older homes, I think. So some of it is like up in the attic, like half the air conditioning system's up in the attic. I sound so technical, don't I? And the other half is outside the back door. And I do remember a couple of times somebody saying something about a pan dripping or whatever up in the attic. And then another thing, my husband going and it freezing outside.
Right. What happens when you have too good of a filter, like the first tip I was telling you guys?
We had too good of a filter?
Or a dirty filter, or a
combination.
I've seen not enough airflow get to the unit, and then what happens is the cool can freeze up because of it. And when it freezes up, it's still got to suck air. And what happens is it'll suck air through your drain line. So we always put a trap on the drain line outside so it can actually keep running water. Just like a trap in the sink that keeps the smell from coming back up in your sink, in your house, in your kitchen. Oh. So we recommend that. The best thing to do, if you ever have any questions about it, is call me out. We'll do a maintenance on it, make sure everything's clean, up to par, and give it a clean bill of health.
Well, actually, that is something I was going to ask. So you do kind of like, come out and do like a look-see and kind of help people what they could do best. Excellent. That's awesome.
Okay, Gil, the climate we're in, You get it, the climate, the air conditioner.
Climate.
Anyway, what I'm referring to is the climate of inventory that we have. And again, what I'm emphasizing here is unoccupied homes, short sales, foreclosures, those type of properties. We're seeing a lot of those right now. Can you give us some heads up or what to look for, what the new prospective buyer out there or the realtor out there maybe getting a new listing needs to be aware of out there with those type of properties?
Yeah, when you first go out to a house and look at a house, I would go ahead and check and make sure that no one has broken into it. The general area when you're driving up, make sure the equipment's still there, because I see a lot of theft out there because of copper prices, stuff like that, and the economy's a little
Scrap
bad.
metal, right.
Right. So I would do that first, and then also when you do have power on, then can call someone like me out, and we can actually check the system out, make sure everything's in proper working order.
Sure.
Because there's no way to check the system out other than, okay, it's a system, and make sure it's working properly. Because a Freon is very expensive now. It just tripled the price this last couple months. So in the future, the prices are going to be higher and higher. So what's going to happen is you might not be able to afford to repair it anymore. So you have to replace it. So you got to put that into your budget when you're buying a house.
And you had mentioned about the houses being vacant in a neighborhood. Keep your eyes open.
Yeah, everyone's starting to need to do their due diligence on if you see someone that doesn't have a professional truck or signage or shirt, because these unlicensed people are coming out, they're getting in your house. If they steal next door, they're eventually going to take your unit too. And what's going to happen is you're inviting people in that aren't licensed and bonded and stuff like that. And what's going to happen is it's going to be like a disease. It's going to keep spreading.
Crime prevention tip as well. Okay, living in Florida, it's not a matter of if you need an honest air conditioning person, it's a matter of when. So, Gil, tell us everything that you guys do.
In our company, I call it like a league of extraordinary AC guys, because majority of our guys were NATE certified. Yeah, we're NATE certified. We all have like 15 to 25 years experience. So you're not just getting that guy just got out of school that hasn't had the years of experience, OJT, I call it, on the job training. And what I find is we also do not only the AC, I do commercial AC as well as commercial refrigeration, ice machines, exhaust fans, anything to really put a restaurant out in working order.
Oh, wow.
So when you get me out there doing AC, you're getting years of experience on all types of equipment and technology and all that. So to me, AC is the baby step of our trade.
Oh.
So what we do is when we come out there, you're really getting a professional person out there that knows what they're doing.
And you know what? Gil is not only the owner of the company, but he is out there in the trenches with all his people as well. He's told us that before. So
I have been known to crawl in the attics and all that and run ductwork. Lately here, I don't fit as well as I used to.
I was just going to say, can you imagine
Stay
him in
away
an
from
attic?
that
I don't know.
But we never had a job that I couldn't get completed and done right. And we make sure we always pull a permit and get our inspections passed through with flying colors. Our record's impeccable on that. Inspectors love us. And our jobs are an A+.
That's why he's around for 30 years. That's our show this week. Thanks so much for watching, and a big thanks to Gil McWilliams, who, by the way, they are offering a special, $250 special on a UV light, which is a great deal. So if you want to reach out to Gil with any air conditioning questions or to take advantage of this special, you can reach him by clicking on the link below, down towards the bottom of the page. Also, if you are watching this for the first time, you can subscribe over here for free and get this out to all of your social networking as well. We're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, all of those things. We appreciate you watching. We appreciate you forwarding this show on. Call us with any mortgage questions that you might have. Call us, text us, email us, whatever works for you. We are today and every day moving forward.